everyone, thank you so much for stopping by my channel and hanging out with me for another video. And one of my favorite types of videos, as I've mentioned previously, to make are these grocery haul, cook with me, ingredient prep, what we eat in a week style, because they are great inspiration. I love watching these on other people's YouTube channels just to give me some inspiration to get out of my rut of cooking the same meals over and over again on repeat. Even though we did make a repeat recipe this week because it was so good, and so many of you guys have really enjoyed that Mexican cheesy beef casserole that I shared from Recipe Tin's website. We did have that again this Monday because the kids requested it, but another click and collect order done and dusted. I'm so hungry because I've just had a bone broth and a coffee, and then I just got straight into emails and I didn't have breakfast before I went and got the groceries, which is a big mistake because now I'm gonna be hungry. So I'm gonna have to set the groceries out, film the grocery haul, pack away the groceries while filming it, and then have breakfast. This was not a good planned morning because I spent too long replying to emails in the morning, starting work before getting ready for the day. But anyway,
I'm thinking you were made for me. Isn't it my birthday yet? Cause I gotta say, you're looking like a gift for me, wrapped up nice and neat, baby. Get in my way now, don't be shy. We'll be here dancing day and night. Get in my groove now, don't be shy. Cause I got this list of my favorite things. You could be the part where it all begins. You could be the first and the second and the third and the rest of it. You could be one of the things I love. Sunday morning breakfast with my bedroom door locked. I like everything that has a cherry on top. Get on my list of the things I love, love, love. You could be the one I trust. All the second chances, they are nothing for us. I like it all with the cherry on top. Be one of the things I love. We don't have to move so fast, baby, I will show you how you can catch my vibe. And right away, we got so much time, looping in the blurry lights. Get in my way now, don't be shy. We'll be here dancing day and night. Get in my groove now, don't be shy.
back again for another week of groceries. So we'll run through really quickly what we've got. We've got just some eggs tucked away in the back, a dozen eggs, some baby spinach, some coriander, because we've been loving having this in Mexican and making homemade guacamole. It is so delicious. And we're gonna have that cheesy Mexican beef casserole thing again this week, so that is gonna go down well there. Some baby peas for a recipe. It's bangers and mash, but it's in like a bake, like a tray bake kind of thing. Anyway, I'll show you. I got the inspiration from a Woolworths magazine. Just some cheese back there for the pizza cheese. The vegan cheese was not a hit. Kids hated it. It was okay. I didn't mind it, honestly. But we are going to be having some homemade pizzas on Friday. So we just got some regular 3-cheese blend, mozzarella, Colby, and Parmesan. That goes great, all purpose, and it is particularly good for pizzas. I picked up some of these last time. I think I got the beetroot and black bean, and I loved them. They were so good, and they were all on special, so I got a couple of different things from them. And I follow them on Instagram now, so I saw that they made like some sausage rolls out of these, so I thought that would be a good thing to try and get some make-ahead lunchbox snacks. So this one, I don't even remember ordering that one. Maybe they replaced something. Smoky cauliflower with sweet potato and kale. These are the ones I tried before. Beetroot and black bean. These were really good. And this one is just the original veggie burger, sweet potato and zucchini and corn. So keen to give those a try and the kids to try them, because I had both of these on my own. I had one for lunch and I had one when the kids had gone back to their dad's. Some avocados just for Mexican side dishes, avo toast, you name it. Pretty much have an avocado a day. Lemon, some tomatoes, some celery. I'm not sure why I got it in the plastic wrap. Normally I get it like in that big bunchy style. Anyway, besides the point. This is some strawberries. They are in season now because it's winter. Just some cherry, grape tomatoes, some carrots, bananas. Here's we have some cucumber and some zucchinis, some apples for lunch boxes, some cauliflower because I didn't get to make the cauliflower and chickpea tacos last week, so we're going to be having those last fortnight, sorry. So we're going to be having those this week. 1 capsicum or red bell pepper, aubergine or eggplant as we call it, and I'm going to make some homemade baba ganoush, like some homemade dips, and use it like as a salad dressing. I just got some pumpkin chunks. Sometimes I get them in the fresh food section already chopped up. I'm just 1,000 times more likely to use it up if it's already prepped. Like pumpkin is just one thing that if I have to peel the skin off, it's really hard. I always have a hard time doing it, de-seeding it. So it really turns me off. But this is pretty affordable for ready to go pumpkin. So either this or in the fresh section, but I just thought that this would be good because it just lasts forever in the freezer. Some salted butter just to do some baking with, just some chicken slices for lunch boxes, some sandwich cheese, some milk for the kids, some milk for coffee, and then this is just the meat kind of section, so just some sausages, some turkey mince. Half of that is for Freddie and half of that is to make dumplings with. This I'm going to make up a big batch of like Mexican style beef and put some in the freezer. And same with this chicken. So we're going to have a tom kha chicken prawn soup that I made last week for myself, and it was so delicious. I'm going to make it again. If you follow me on Instagram, you would have seen that in my stories. It was so good as any restaurant soup that I have had, like Thai tom kha style soup. Anyway, I'm rambling. Some lunchbox things. This was on offer 2 for a special price, so I just picked up 2 and they can go in the pantry. A gluten-free pizza base. Oh, is that only 1? Dang it, I thought it was 2. Okay, we might have to do a little top up. That feels very thin. We are going to go gluten-free for a week or 2 and see if it relieves some of my son's gluten intolerance. Also, I prefer gluten-free because of a couple of reasons, but we're going through the grocery haul at the moment. Some cranberries for a salad that I'm going to make, some sesame seeds, some cashews, some poppy seeds. These I see everywhere on American Instagram and YouTube, the everything but the bagel seasoning. We don't have Trader Joe's here. We can't get it unless you want to pay $50 for it off Amazon. So I'm going to try and DIY and make it myself. So you need sesame seeds. I need to get some black sesame seeds that Woolworths didn't have. Poppy seeds, garlic granules, onion. I think it has both of these, this and this. And I think it has some black sesame seeds I've got to get somewhere else, and just some salt. These, I don't know. These look so... I don't know if I would buy these if I saw them in the supermarket. They look and feel kind of sus, but this is just to go in the soup. I thought if the boys want some noodles in theirs, coffee pods, some taco seasoning, and then just some gluten-free bread. Some of this will go in the fridge or freezer. Gluten-free pasta. Then we have some tahini. This is to make some homemade dressings with, as I mentioned in my what I eat in a day. Some apple cider vinegar, also for dressings and things. This is for the tom kha Thai style soup. Some pizza sauce, lentils. I can't remember off the top of my head what we're going to make with that, but I'm sure it will be something delicious. And then just some lunchbox snacks. So my oldest son is allowed to have nuts in his lunchbox. Youngest son is not, because he's still at primary school. It's nut free. And then I picked up just a range of different gluten-free cereals. So this is a particularly popular gluten-free range, and they've always been pretty decent. I don't know if the kids have tried that one before, but they've definitely tried that one and they like it. So I'll give that a go. And then Sultana Bran is a favorite. I love Sultana Bran too, and it's now in gluten-free, which is good. I picked up some of these Nextbar. I got the mixed berry one last week, but I didn't like it as much as this. This tastes like you're drinking a cider, and even though it's a little bit more expensive than I would normally spend on maybe, drinks for home, it's almost like an alcohol alternative. It feels like you're drinking a cider when you drink that, so it's a nice thing to have on the weekends or, with dinner. Some pink grapefruit cordial, just a stock standard staple. Mix it with soda stream. It is a really delicious, refreshing drink. Same with this. To mix it with soda stream, it's really nice, orangina-ish type thing. I didn't order this. I ordered just the Woolworths brand one, but it looks like they substituted it for a massive foil. So I will be in stock of foil for the longest time. Then back there, we've just got some Pringles for the Lunchbox Snacks, some veggie straws for the Lunchbox Snacks, some of these that were on sale for Freddie. He loves these. They're pricey, so I got them when they were on sale. But I went to Pet Barn after I placed the order, and they had a massive 500 gram pack and they were already chopped up like training pieces. It was like all the offcuts, which is good because I don't give him a full one. I just give him bits of it, and they're kind of tricky to chop up. So some corn chips, favorite, always get these. Just some little, I don't know, movie watching or little snacky treats. Some gluten-free wheat mix and a gluten-free vanilla cake mix. Riley made a chocolate cake, gluten-free chocolate cake on the holidays. Or no, it wasn't on the holidays, it was when we were in lockdown. And it turned out really well, so we decided to get another one to give it a shot. So that is everything that we picked up this week for the grocery haul. It actually is for 2 weeks, and with all of these things, I will definitely be putting some of those in the freezer, and that will be probably 2 weeks plus a little bit more meat-wise because they're all like the big bulk packs. I think this order was just on $300. So as an idea of what it costs to buy groceries in Australia, that might give you an idea. I know a lot of people ask, can you put the price in, how much it costs? I think that, I don't know if it's just me, but I think that the price of groceries have gone up a little bit in the recent kind of 6 to 12 months, I'm going to say. I know I do spend sometimes a little bit more on some things, but I don't know, it just seems like overall the price of groceries has increased kind of noticeably in the last, maybe 6 to 12 months. Anyway, rambling. Let's get this all packed up and put away. Now I'm looking at how to put this stuff.
Still got your pearls hanging by my bedside. Still got your lips on paper in a trash now. I never knew love could be so sweet. I never knew it would sting. I never knew love like this would leave me in pieces. Oh, Emily, when did you fall right out of love? Oh, Emily, when did the magic stop for us? Oh, but Emily, you are the part of me I feel. It will kill me when you leave and close my door. Oh, Emily. I can't believe it's already over. Too late to talk and fix whatever's broken. I always thought love like ours would last. I never knew love could pass. Tomorrow comes and you are not around. Feels uneasy. Oh, Emily, when did you fall right out of love? Oh, Emily, when did the magic stop for us? Oh, but Emily, you are the part of me I feel. It will kill me when you leave and close my door. Who said it'd be easy to be in love?
Yeah, we just have some drinks that I picked up from my little top-up grocery haul for the weekend, but I didn't end up actually drinking. So that's good. We are fully stocked up for this week into the next week.
I'm thinking you were made for me. Isn't it my birthday yet? Cause I gotta say, you're looking like a gift for me. Wrapped up nice and neat, baby. Get in my way now, don't be shy. We'll be here dancing day and night. Get in my groove now, don't be shy. Cause I got this list of my favorite things. You could be the part where it all begins. You could be the first and the second and the third and the rest of fit. You could be one of the things I love. Sunday morning breakfast with my bedroom door locked. I like everything that has a cherry on top. Get on my list of the things I love, love, love. You could be the one I trust. All the second chances, they are nothing for us. I like it all with the cherry on top. Be one of the things I love. We don't have to move so fast, baby. I will show you how you can catch my vibe. And right here we got so much time, looping in the blurry lights. Get in my way now, don't be shy. We'll be here dancing day and night. Get in my groove now, don't be shy. Cause I got this list of my favorite things. You could be the part where it all begins. You could be the first and the second and the third and the rest of it. You could be one of the things I love. Sunday morning breakfast with my bedroom door locked. I like everything that has a cherry on top. Get on my list of the things I love, love, love. You could be the one I trust. All the second chances, they are nothing for us. I like it all with the cherry on top. Be one of the things I love. The things I love, the things I love, the things I love, 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 love. The things I love, the things I love. Be one of the things I love. The things I love, the things I love, the things I love, 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 love. The things I love, the things I love. Cause I got this list of my favorite things. You could be the part where it all begins. You could be the first and the second and the third and the rest of it. Get in my way now, don't be shy. We'll be here dancing day and night. Get in my groove now, don't be shy. You could be one of the things I love. Sunday morning breakfast with my bedroom door locked. I like everything that has a cherry on top. Get on my list of the things I love, love, love. You could be the one I trust. All the second chances, they are nothing for us.
So while this is just simmering away, I am going to put the camera on charge and just have some very late breakfast. It's actually 10:30, 10:35. So I'm gonna have breakfast and just have a little rest because I just felt like I was rushing and trying to get everything done to be able to have something to eat because like I mentioned before, didn't eat before doing all this. So I'm just gonna chill out for a bit and then come back and do all of the veggie prep and get that all sorted. So go and hang out with His Royal Highness. His Royal Highness puppy dog. Hey my baby. Hey. Say hi Freddie. Say good morning. Say good morning. And then this afternoon when the boys come home, I'm going to do a little bit of switcheroo. I don't know if I'm going to move that cabinet over there and leave the prints up there or move the prints over here because I like this cabinet to have all of the kind of coming and going sort of stuff. It's like all the stuff that you grab for when you're leaving the house. So it kind of makes sense to have it there with the hat rack, which needs to have all those coats taken off it. Because at the moment I've kind of got it spread out over two places. Because you come from the stairs that are just there. I've got my keys, phone and everything that I just drop here. So I don't know. I'm not sure if I should move the bookcase and switch it for the other one or just move the prints because these prints match, those prints match this bookcase better. But I'm just not sure. So now I am just finishing off tonight's meal prep, and as I mentioned before, it was the Mexican cheesy rice casserole, so I will leave a link to where I made the full recipe and also the original recipe where I got the inspiration from down below, where she obviously goes into much better detail. And now I am just wrapping up the food prep for today with prepping up all of the fruit and veggies, even if it just means like washing them, rinsing them and cutting some of them up, getting them prepped. That in and of itself is a really big help for staying ahead in the whole meal prep for the week. These things that I'm using here in the sink, if you're not familiar with them already, I've shown them in my videos before. They are called Struckets. They are an amazing Australian-made strainer slash bucket, and they are awesome in so many ways around the house. They're like a strainer that is made to fit inside a bucket, and it is just coincidental that the big size fits perfectly in my big sink and the small size fits perfectly in the half-size sink. I'm sure that Strucket made that intentionally because lots of people have sinks like this, but I literally cannot tell you how handy these things are. I've given these away as presents to people, and everyone that I've given them to has just absolutely raved about them. I get lots of questions about them, so you can buy them online from strucket.com. They are a little bit more pricier than you would expect to pay, like, you know, at maybe Kmart or at a dollar store for a plastic bucket, but the quality is amazing. These things are so sturdy. You can see that they sit up on the lip of the bucket and they are not going anywhere. Those things are built strong, they're built sturdy, and they are really excellent quality. You can also see how much gunk you get off your fruit and veggies when you really wash them and leave them to soak. I just use plain water because I use that rinsing water to water our veggie garden with, so I don't want to put in any chemicals or oils or anything like that. Nothing like that at all. And these Struckets are really incredible. They also have like a little plug draining feature on the side of them, which means that you can just drain out any water straight into the sink if you want to, if you've got like detergent in them. I use them for soaking clothes in. I use them for a laundry basket. I use it to put folded clothes in and put away. Like, honestly, I use them in so many ways around the house. They are definitely worth the purchase price. So as I mentioned before, for dinner on Monday night, we had the Mexican cheesy rice casserole that I've made before. I will leave that video linked, as well as the original recipe linked below. On Tuesday night, we tried a recipe from one of the Woolworths magazines, and it looked good in the picture, but this is kind of a little bit of a case of Instagram versus reality. 100% probably wouldn't make it again. I guess it was okay as like a one-off just to try something different. It was a bangers and mash pie, so basically you cooked the sausages in like a casserole as the base, like a shepherd's or cottage pie kind of, and then just topped it with some mashed potato and cheese and baked it in the oven. Sounds good in theory. It did have peas in it though, and initially I was going to keep the peas separate because I'm not a fan of mixing colourful vegetables in with meat type fillings. I don't know why. I think it just reminds me of something that I don't want to think about when I'm eating food. And I mean, it definitely looks good, like with potato and melted cheese and everything like that. It's just that the filling, it was just a little bit too, maybe a little bit too stodgy, or I don't know what, maybe I put too much corn flour in, but it just wasn't for me. The kids weren't super fans of it, so I'm not quite sure if that one would make our family meal rotation. I did leave the recipe in there so you can have a look and screenshot if you want to have a look at that recipe. Now, with that said, for Wednesday night, I remade a recipe that I had made the previous week when I was home alone by myself, posted it on Instagram because I was in love with this recipe. Making the tom kha soup tonight, tom kha inspired soup. We have got some lemongrass flavor base, coconut cream, some chicken breast fillet that I'm going to poach, some frozen prawns, spinach, and I'm also going to add some zucchini and capsicum. I didn't have these on hand to make it when I made it on the weekend or last week, but I'm going to make it with these for tonight. And also just some coriander.
Yum.
And then to make the soup base, I just used this. It was something that I just kind of threw together on a night when I didn't really have anything planned. I didn't think I had anything in the pantry or in the fridge. I had some chicken breast in the freezer that I just cooked up in some broth. And then I literally just added a bunch of random things that I could think of to make that kind of tom kha or tom kha gai. It depends what you have in it. Sometimes you just have it with mushrooms. It's usually from a Thai restaurant with mushrooms or chicken or prawns. And it's really, really flavorful. And the way that I made it initially was with half a can of coconut cream with one of those flavor shots. And that was just the perfect amount of flavor added to the stock that I used to poach the chicken breast in. Now, initially I poached the chicken breast to start off with just in plain water without any seasonings because I had to pull some out for Freddie's dinner, so I didn't want any seasonings in that. But then once I had pulled out his chicken, I then added the bone broth. But you could definitely just use, you know, some stock, chicken stock or veggie stock, and do it that way. My one piece of advice would be to really poach the chicken really, really well and just shred it up into little teeny tiny pieces rather than just like I did the second time, just chop it up into kind of bigger chunks. The shredded chicken was just much nicer texture, so definitely if you do go to make it, I would say cook the chicken really well and just let it fall apart into shredded chicken. The second time I made it, because I made a bigger batch, I also used the whole can of coconut cream, and I ended up using 2 of those flavor shots. The first time I made with half a can of coconut cream and 1 flavor shot. But then when I made it the second time, it just wasn't as strong a flavor. So I definitely went ahead and added a second flavor shot because I wanted that really intense Thai flavor, and it was just delicious. Also, don't skip on the coriander because that just takes that flavor to the whole next level. Fresh coriander in there is so, so delicious. The super low cal noodles that we added into it were a big hit. They were a bit strange and they smelt a bit funky, to be honest, but they're made from konjac, which I thought was a kind of sponge that you use to wash your face, but apparently you can eat them as noodles. But this is a really tasty, super quick and pretty healthy midweek meal option, and both of my kids loved it, as you'll see in a bit when we eat it. Riley gave it rave reviews, which is interesting because I was thinking that he might be a bit funny with, you know, the kind of more spicy, lemongrassy, those kind of flavors, but he tried it and he absolutely loved it. So he said it was the best soup that he's ever tasted, so that is a big plus. It's really, really good.
That's so good. That's really addictive.
I'm thinking you were made for me. Isn't it my birthday yet? Cause I gotta say, you're looking like a gift for me. Wrapped up nice and neat, baby. Get in my way now, don't be shy. We'll be here dancing.
So the last few things that I have to share with you in today's video are the vegan tacos that I originally was going to cook last video, but I ended up not making them. So all you do is you grab some cauliflower, but you could honestly use any kind of vegetable that you can cook in the oven. I also added some of the frozen pumpkin and a can of drained chickpeas that I just rinsed all of the skins off. I then mixed in some Moroccan seasoning and then just baked it in the oven on a tray. Once it was baked, pulled it out to cool, and that is the filling for the vegan tacos. We also made up some of the sausage rolls that I mentioned in the grocery haul. These are the Wildly Good sausages, and you just get some puff pastry. We didn't have gluten-free, so we're just having a little non-gluten-free snack here for the week, but I don't think that's super, super bad. Grab the sausages, wrap them up in puff pastry, put on an egg wash, sprinkled some with sesame seeds, and pop those in the oven to bake. And that about wraps it up for this week's grocery haul, meal prep, ingredient prep, cook with me. I hope you got some inspiration and some motivation to maybe go outside your comfort zone and try something new, or for just something to cook on the weekend or to include in your meal prep for next week. Hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, give it a big thumbs up. Subscribe if you haven't already. Hang out and watch another video. Have a fabulous weekend. And as always, I will see you in the next video. Bye everyone.
Another second chance, I say I'm nothing for us.